Hey guys, what is going on? We're out here with kRusty, and this right here is an anti-roll bar that we've had. You may have seen it in the background laying around or may not have noticed it, but we bought this years ago. It's an old baseline suspension one. The guy I had put my anti-roll in, he did not like it at all, so I put a UPR in. But I noticed on his website, on Baseline's website, that he had a deal to bolt the anti-roll in versus welding the bearings on the side of the frame rails. So I contacted him. This has been a while that I did this, and ordered all the parts to do the anti-roll, because this car leaves a little cockeyed. I had every intention of taking this car to the track with just the gear change. Well, I also had every intention of taking kRusty to, wow, this has been sitting here a while. I had every intention of taking kRusty to the track with the anti-roll, the gear change and the anti-roll. But I thought I'd have it up there way before now. Haven't got it up there. So what I'm doing now is looking at all the parts. I have not even opened this box. Holy mackerel. Okay guys, I ordered this June 13th of last year. That's how long it's been. And I'm assuming that this is instructions. Yes, it comes with the instructions. I've got the pieces to make this a bolt-in anti-roll, which I didn't want to have to weld it or anything like that. I got all the nuts and bolts, should have all the tabs, plates. I think everything should be in here. Yes, here's the tabs for the rear end. That will have to be welded. Since my welding abilities are sorely lacking, I will probably have Bruce do this, Yoda weld this in, but anyway, we got all this stuff. So we're gonna put our anti-roll in. That's gonna be our bolted in, and hopefully that's gonna help us out. I did test drive the car a little bit, and I had been messing with the fuel pressure, and it felt pretty flat, and I started dialing some pressure into it, and it started coming back to life. I don't have a fuel pressure gauge that's reads accurately right now, so we have to do a little experimenting at the track, a little tuning. So anyway, but that seems to be our plan. I think we're gonna have this done before we go to the track with it. I can't say it for 100%. If you've already seen the track video of where I went with the car with kRusty, well, I guess I went before I got this in, or I didn't get done, or whatever, because we got a track day this Friday night if it doesn't rain. Today is Wednesday, so I'm gonna try and get a little bit done to it this afternoon. I'm not gonna be able to get anything done to it Thursday, and I'll work on it all day Friday and have it ready to go for the track. If not, well, we'll just take it up there without it, and you'll know all that. So anyway, this is already getting long, a bunch of yapping, so let me go through my stuff here and make sure I got everything I need, and we'll be ready to roll. We've got one of the plates, well, we've got the holes drilled basically just to mount it. And basically what happens is it kind of works like the torque box reinforcement kits. It overlaps the frame rail and the torque box support that runs along the back of runs along the rear of the floorboard. It's basically sandwiches in between that front lip of that and the frame rail on the side. Now what we'll probably do is once we get these bolted in, I'll probably just have Bruce, since we'll be welding those tabs on, he's a much better welder than I am, we'll just hit this a little bit, and we'll just kind of put some welds, maybe weld up the corners and some down the side, just to give it a little bit more reinforcement, and maybe get a little bit underneath the car too if we can, just to give it a little bit of extra help. We still have to drill the holes here for the anti-roll bushings, but so far it's going pretty good. Got the other plate drilled and loosely bolted in, so we've got them both in. We still got to do our holes for the dang it, the bushings. So, but we got a little bit done. So a little bit here, a little bit there, before we know it's all done. We got our holes drilled and filed out for our bushings. Now we're going to take our old anti-roll that's been laying around. We're going to clean it up on the wire wheel and put a little never sees on it so that so the bushings will slide on. We're going to bolt it in. We're tightening all the bolts down. We've got everything mounted up, so to speak. So we're tightening all the bolts up. Then we have to make sure that the anti-roll is parallel to the torque box deal, and then we can tighten those bushings down, the big, the silver ones, and then we can make sure it's aligned right as far as how it's sitting where the tabs are on the rear end, and then we can get Bruce to our tabs bolted up. Get in the car, we'll put the slicks on it. I'll get in the car and we'll set the preload on it. We'll just put it at 0 and see where it's at from there, and then just maybe make some adjustments at the track as we go. We have got it all in and secured. We got the bushings greased up. Bruce welded our tabs on for us. He did a much better job than I could have ever hoped to. He proved to me that it's not the welder, not that I ever thought it was. It's not the machine that's the problem, it's the operator. So we got everything all buttoned up and tightened up, and we'll see how this works. Hopefully it does pretty good. We had to move the fuel lines around and a few other things. I'm not going to say I would absolutely recommend this, but at the same time, if it works, I'm not going to say it's something that's, sorry, fingers all in the way. I'm not going to say it's something that I wouldn't recommend. So, all right, well, I guess we can wrap this video up. It's getting pretty, not long, but we'll go ahead and do it. Well, cool. We got our anti-roll in finally. Another one of those little jobs that I've really been wanting to get done and I haven't gotten done till now. So I mentioned earlier in the video talking about maybe welding. I talked to Bruce about that, and he was like, I don't really know if that's going to make that big of a difference. You know, we're kind of talking about maybe cutting out another piece of a plate to actually go between the two, basically another sandwich, and just cutting it out, doing a cardboard type deal, and cutting out 2 more pieces and just drilling a couple holes and then welding them to the plates up top and in the bottom and sandwiching it all together to make it one long piece. You know, we're still talking about that rather than just go ahead and weld it up. We just kind of like, he's like, let's just run it and see what it does. So, in all honesty, he probably just didn't want to weld or do anything. But I can probably do some of that myself. But anyway, big thanks to Yoda for welding those tabs on. He did a much better job. So I guess real quick, like we've already did the what will it run in the last video, but we'll go ahead and revisit that since this is much later than when I originally was going to go to the track before, never did, blah, blah, blah. So the last time I was at the track, it went like a 7:02. It was really cold. The DA was really good. The track was on kill. That was probably about 100 passes ago on the tires that I'll be using. So we're going to have a bunch of things counting against us. It's really hot outside, and the tires, basically we're about 300 hits on those tires. So I don't have a lot of high hopes. This is really just kind of a shakedown. This is a true test and tune. We're not going for any records or anything like that. But, you know, hey, you guys tell me, what will it run? Well, the combination is an 80 millimeter, an 80R calibrated for 30-pound injectors, a homemade cold air, 75 millimeter throttle body, a Vortec upper, which is similar to a Systemax, a Systemax lower, a set of TFS iron high ports. They're 194 160s. They're unported. A Lenati 51025 cam. You can look at the specs on that. It's got long tubes. It's a stock Explorer junkyard short block. It's got about 150,000 miles on it or whatever. It's got a junkyard, well, it's got the Z-Spec T5 now, my bad. Used King Cobra clutch, like I say, Z-Spec T5, 295 first. I put 48s in it, that's the one change. We went from a 335 T5 with 456s to a 295 T5 with 48s. It's got uppers and lowers, solid bushings. The front's all stock except for a set of Strange 9010s. It probably weighs 2,800 something pounds with me in it. It's got, like I said, it's got long tubes, and it's got 4-inch bullets that I got from the junkyard. So It's really just a bunch of garbage. It doesn't have a tune or anything like that, no chips, got stock EC and stuff in it. So it's really just a bunch of garbage, 30-pound injectors. So you guys tell me what's gonna run. I, of course, have a number in my head that I'm hoping that it'll run, and hopefully we'll be able to get this thing sorted out a little bit for when the fall gets here, when cold weather gets here, it'll still be together, still running, not broken, and we can go up and make some good hits. Speaking of that, while we're doing the what will run, we got a part in the mail. We've got a couple modifications that we were going to do to kRusty when I first broke the T5, and saw that I had gotten that Z-spec from that guy. Putting the Z-spec in, putting the 48s. Another modification was to do the anti-roll. Another modification was to put a Systemax upper on it. I have that super crazy race ported Systemax lower that I can't really use on anything. So I'm gonna put the Systemax upper on this car, and I'm gonna take the Vortec upper and put on the Dirty Pickle. See where we're going with all this? And I'm also got one other thing that I had bought. I bought this about 4 months ago. Let me see if I can open this quickly. I hadn't even, obviously you can tell that I have not even looked in the box. So God knows what's in here. I mean, whatever it is what it is, because I can't send it back now. Sorry guys. This thing's all magically sealed up. Oh wow, nice shipping. I did a nice job shipping it. Sorry, probably all out of shot. Aha! Oh wow. He really sealed it up. Wow. I know this video's, sorry, taking me so long to open all this. Individually wrapped. It is a tubular K member. And it's powder coated red. How you like that? We also got the control arms. So we got a tubular K and control arms. I'm trying to think of, I'm trying to remember how much I paid for this. It was $300 and something shipped. Maybe it was $340. Heck, hard to remember now. But we got control arms, and we got a tubular K member. Quite a while ago, years ago, we bought a coilover kit from a buddy of mine. We actually bought the struts that are on this car, the 9010 Stranges. We bought them from a buddy of mine. We gave him $150 for a complete coilover kit with springs and the struts. We gave him $150 for all of it. So we've already got, the coilover kit with some springs. We've got the tubular K member and arms. All we need now are some caster camber plates, and we can put that on here. That's just weight loss, help us out a little bit, maybe get us a little bit of better spring rate. So those are our big mods that we have planned for this car coming up. I guess big mods is we're going to do the upper intake. That'll be really easy, and we're going to do the front cross member and stuff before the winter weather gets here, 2019 winter weather. And we'll probably have David look at maybe doing a tune or something, whip a little something up and play around with it someday up at the track. Maybe get a little, move the rev limiter so we can maybe go up a little bit more, stuff like that. So anyway, it's a process. We're just trying to get a high 6 out of it, like, a 690 anything, we'll take it, a couple of those. So anyway, all right. Well, I guess that's going to wrap it up. This video is going to be really long. It's going to be pretty crappy. A lot of talking, no action, no burnouts, no this, that, or the other. But, I'm sorry. We made a mess. How about that? We got something done. We made a mess. What do you guys want? So anyway, thanks for commenting. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching. See you. And until next time, with Substandard Leader Fox Body videos, level 4 eyes, Lincolns, drag vans, PLS Mustangs, 5.8s, convertibles, the whole deal. We'll see you guys later on. And man, it is hot as crap.